Welcome, Bitcoin fam. I'm live from Bitcoin country, El Salvador. Welcome, everyone, to the live stream. Bitcoin's a pumping, so we're going to be having a celebratory pump watch, the very first one live from Bitcoin country. I'm pretty stoked for that, so stick around. After the end of the pod, we'll switch it into the pump watch. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as we do here each and every day. Also, Nayib Bukele can fix California, according to Tucker Carlson. Stacey Herbert shared this earlier. That's what's up. We'll also be discussing MicroStrategy now holds 450,000 Bitcoin after acquiring 243 million worth of Bitcoin in its latest purchase. Also, big news out of Italy. Their largest bank enters the crypto market with $1 million Bitcoin investment. Shout out to my Italian brethren, paisanos and paisanas out there. We also have Thailand's former prime minister bullish on legalizing crypto, as well as online gambling, as well as the Trumpster could issue crypto executive orders on the very first day, according to this report. And that's right around the corner, only 6 days out. Could you imagine him signing the executive order to adopt Bitcoin for the Treasury of the United States Strategic Reserve? Let's go. And quoting David Bailey, Adam Back shared this from an interview. Trump told me he owns a significant amount of the Bitcoin. Not going to disclose the number, but he has a significant position. He also says even at that time, price has gone up a lot since. It's about the alignment of what's good for Bitcoin. It's good for all of us. That's what's up. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this pump watch plus so much more event recap. Max and Stacy right here in today's show. If you're new to the stream or to the channel, make sure to smash the likes. Go ahead, subscribe. Then hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, even in Bitcoin country, like today. Today is pod episode number 1876. I'm your host, JV. It's January 14th, 2025. And it's crazy to even say that it's already 2025. And typically, Bitcoin hits the cycle peak the year preceding the halving. So we're in for a real treat. Let me know your thoughts and predictions. My personal prediction is 1.1 million for this cycle peak, especially what we're going to be discussing here today about Trump adopting a strategic Bitcoin reserve for the United States and signing these executive orders on day one. If that happens, sky's the limit. Max Kaiser's calling for 2.2 million, so you already know. But anyways, let's get right into it, shall we? You should be able to see on your screen, Coin 360. You can see the entire market in the green and pumping, which is precisely how we like it. Bitcoin about to recapture 97,000, XRP in the green, Ethereum in the green, Cardano, everything in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap sits at 3.35 trillion. The Bitcoin market cap 1.9 trillion. We have roughly 130 billion worth of volume for the past 24 in the last 24 hours, 130 billion. And the current Bitcoin dominance 57.1% with the Ether dominance at 11.6%. Checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. I don't even know how to pronounce these things, but who really even cares? Keep it 100. The entire market's in the green. That's all that matters. And you can see here in the crypto bubbles, visual perspective, 95% of the market pumping. We love that. And zooming out on the monthly, we get a broader perspective and alt city wreckage. 90% of the alts pretty bloodied up here. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. Today we're 63 greed. Yesterday was a 61 greed. Last week a 78 extreme greed. And last month an 80 in extreme greed. And checking out the time chain calendar, we have 879,250, or we're on block number 879,255. And if you don't know, we get a new block approximately every 10 minutes since the inception of the Genesis block. It's never gone down. And that's what's so phenomenal about the Biddy, the most secure network in the world. And it only is going to continue to get stronger, family. Now, you can see you can currently exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 1,032 of the sats. So stack the sats, put down the gats, and pick up some Bitcoin caps from my boy Sergio, bitcoincaps.net. That's where we get these custom caps. If you don't know, now you know. But anyways, let's dive into today's technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies, shall we? Maybe I'll hit some of the, important parts from this analysis, and we'll just pull up the live charts because, again, we're going to be doing a pump watch for several hours after the pod ends, and we'll just keep it running and see how many people we can get on it. But you can see Bitcoin held 96 at the Jan 14th Wall Street Open as the U.S. macro data boosted the price comeback. Look at that comeback. We tapped again 89,000 yesterday and right back to 97 G's, baby, where the biddy belongs. Quoting them here, one more constructive note, month over month, the PPI inflation jumped 0.2%, well below expectations of 0.4%. Stocks are up sharply on this data, but the CPI inflation tomorrow will be crucial. So all eyes on the CPI. The Bitcoin price trend gets traders interested. Quoting SKU Analytics, may not now swept below 85, but relatively low position in the market. Perps, which are the perpetuals, continue to discount the index prices and the low funding, meaning the people are not taking on the risk here. And Crypto Chase shared it is full fills back down. I don't think we're actually bullish again. Invalidated if we tag the target below the entry is given. And of course, every analyst perceives things different. That's why we call it astrology for the broskies. Take everything you hear when it comes to TA with a grain of salt. Nobody has that crystal ball. There was only one sleeping prophet named Edgar Casey. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But anyways, Rec Capital says the daily close above 91 is secured. That's right. The 91 to 101 range and early stage higher low in the RSI have been preserved. The exaggerated bullish divergence remains intact. And that's a fact, Jack. And that's a blackjack. And speaking of the blackjack, I was at the casino last night. Had a fantastical time. Maybe I'll tell you about it later. And shout out Stacey Herbert. She quoted Tucker Carlson recently. Nayib Bukele can fix California. And Nayib Bukele is already fixing Haiti. Maybe we need him to fix the rest of the world. It all starts here in Bitcoin country, right? On the Bitcoin standard. But there you go. Yo. And now let's actually pull up some of the live charts. And again, later when we're done with the news segment of the stream, we're going to flip it into a pump watch. So you guys got to share it. This is the very first live pump watch I have ever done from Bitcoin country in El Salvador. So let me switch up the scene here and we'll just look at some of the charts really quick and then we'll continue with the news. Keep the comments flowing. Family, much appreciated. Should be able to see here. This is via Coinbase, #1 exchange, at least in the States. You can see it's the 1 hour chart. And FYI, when I was at the casino yesterday, we were orange pilling like the pit bosses and the managers. They were just asking us a lot of Bitcoin questions. And we found out, I think we said, try Cash App, because they're like, how do we buy Bitcoin? And Cash App wasn't available, so we referred them to Strike, because Strike actually has their headquarters in Puerto Rico. So shout out Jack Maulers and all my Bitcoin ballers holding it down. But here you're looking at the 1 hour chart. We have a sexy target on the screen at 104. And yes, this is live action Jackson, live and in the flesh. And after the 1 hour, I like to look at a 4 hour. It's actually my favorite chart. And we also have that bullish target sitting at above, what is that, $104,600. And zooming out from the 4 hour chart, we'll take a quick look at the daily. The daily says it's going up forever, Laura. You have a rising wedge, respect. And zooming out from the daily, check out the weekly. We had the weekly close on Sunday. The weekly chart also has the bullish cup and handle target of 124,000 in play. I personally think this is going to happen soon, especially after Trump takes office in 6 days. It could happen anytime. And zooming out from the weekly, we're going to take a quick look at the monthly. And as you can see, the big bullish green candle on your screen, that was from November. December was a little corrective, but we're forming a green already here in January, and it's yet to be determined as we're only halfway through the month and the Trump pump is around the corner. Let's discuss the event recap. And for the event recap, I'm going to play the video so you guys can see some nice views of this resort. Again, we're at the Sheraton El Presidente. It's beautiful downstairs. And my homie who had to hop on an airplane today to get back home, he was like my right-hand man here at the event. We were, knocking out so much footage at the event. It was amazing. Had an incredible time. And we're going to share a video recap of our, 2 Satoshis of what it was like, and then we'll get into the rest of the headlines and the news and all that.
You all know who this guy is.
Hey, now.
We've been creating content since we got here, so this is the last little bit that we'll have together and shit. Hey, how was breakfast?
Incredible, and the entire experience, especially being with this man, has been unforgettable. One of the most genuine human beings you'll ever find, and just a great experience, man. It's been life-changing. It's just so surreal. Bitcoin country, to be here and experience it with you in particular. It's amazing.
Thanks, man. Hell yeah! Like I was happy to have you and meet you out here and stuff, and be able to get some side interviews and all the conversations and all the people we met and stuff. Look, we were just outside the other night, walking back to the hotel after eating some tacos and stuff, and we ran into one of the representatives from Marshall Long. What's his,
Mike,
Mike?
yeah, Bling Ting,
And man,
Nolan.
we talked for like 6 hours of just going into the deepest dive on origin stories. And then you talk to people in general public, that's great. But then you talk to a Bitcoiner, that's even cool. But then when they start going into their deep origin stories, it's just like, the deepest of the dives.
I would consider it like the high level insider information only the OGs are going to have access to. So it was fascinating just listening. I know you were recording the conversation because it
Yeah.
was so good.
I'm going to put out some content around that and stuff. I have so much content to dig through, videos, testimonies, interviews, so stay tuned with all that stuff. But back to the golfing experience, and while we were all here, meeting the different golfers coming down here to some of the most beautiful locations for a golfing event, just led to a superb time. I got a lot of content filming, golfers, and got to see some amazing speakers on stage. And
We must have like hundreds of hours of content collectively.
we were working with brains and stuff, following them around, kind of covering their content and stuff. So being coming from media backgrounds and stuff, we were just all over the place trying to cover as much stuff as humanly possible. And so how'd you like it? And then what was your favorite part?
Of this entire
Yeah,
experience.
totally.
Wow. I mean, the event with Max, you can't even compare it to anything because I never even imagined having so much exclusive time together and having that group of people who are all phenomenal. Those peacocks are amazing, man. I was filming them earlier. I was struck by their beauty. There's a whole family of peacocks that live on this property, and it's amazing. But yeah, so the event, the Max and Stacy Invitational, obviously the highlight, but also just exploring Bitcoin country and communicating and rubbing elbows with fellow Bitcoiners who understand us. You know, I feel Bitcoiners are connected at a way that other people aren't connected, and it doesn't matter what walk of life or what part of the world they're from, what their political background is or their belief system. Bitcoin unites us, and there's only so many of us in the sense, you know what I mean, because not everyone's a Bitcoiner. So to get together at a place like this is, it's priceless.
Yeah, on Twitter we talk about these events, we hype them up, we try to make appearances and stuff and get there. And then once one of us starts going down the pathway of going to an event, it's almost like we're trying to encourage everyone else down. There was a few Bitcoiners that came by that I've never met, that I've only met on Twitter, with pictures of cover ups on their face and laser eyes. You don't know what they look like until you meet them. And then you just like all of a sudden start meeting someone and you're like, oh man, like Telios.
Yes, he's
Man,
one of
that
them.
guy was the coolest dude to meet and talk to and hear his orange pill story and experience. And it's like you make friends for life when you talk to people online and meet them in real life and talk Bitcoin stuff. It's just a connection. Like, I don't usually connect with kinds of people like that. And
Exactly. If it wasn't for events, I would have never met Brandon Lee here.
shit, I mean, the first time I met him, we're down in Miami. He doesn't even remember giving me a ticket to the Sound Music Festival that I went on one of his podcasts one time, and I was talking to him about it. He's like, I don't even remember that. But I was like, dude, I appreciated that so much. Like, how do you not remember that kind of stuff? But it's crazy when you do great things and you're just constantly putting out content, it all kind of blurs together. But
100%.
it's all right.
But yeah, this whole event has been a life-changing experience because of the friendships. I think that's the bigger picture. When I go back home, now I have all these new contacts. They're all Bitcoiners. We're all friends. We're all helping one another. We're all uplifting one another. We're all reposting each other's content. And that alone is going to, take all of us, to the next level. And it helps spread the orange pill, which is why we're here, to help get the word out and spread the holy gospel of Satoshi.
So we're hanging out by the pool right now at the Sheraton, but yesterday went hiking up on some of the mountains out here, getting some great pictures. I had some great company showing me around. And then the day before that, I was at Bitcoin Beach, part of the Good Life meetup and stuff. Got some amazing interviews on the beach.
Nice.
We did, with John Mayer, we did Bitcoin and Sobriety with Max Kaiser.
Oh, wow.
And then we did Bitcoin Kills the State, Beach
I like
Walk
that.
with Max Kaiser. Go check that one out. That was a lot of fun. And I got so much content that I'm going to bring you guys and stuff. But between the beach, the mountains, the golf course.
Did you get to experience the vendors accepting Bitcoin? Because that's what birthed Bitcoin Beach, right? They all started accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment, maybe via Lightning. I was just curious if you spent any sats or you're just...
You know what? I didn't spend
hodling.
Any sats because I'm a major hodler. So I did buy some fiat to burn and stuff, and been tipping pretty good in that because not everyone accepts it all the way yet because we're still new here. These origin stories take a little bit of time to kick off, and I've been talking with Bitcoin about Bitcoin with all the Lyft and all the drivers that we've been having, and been orange pilling people right and left everywhere we go because not a lot of people understand it. So us being down here, we're just straight orange pilling people left and right everywhere we go because people are just wondering what the hell Bitcoiners are doing here, and why is this relevant? Why are they tied to Bukele and stuff? And thanks Serge for all the freaking cool hats that are out there. Like
we're orange pilling people with Sergio hats. Yeah. BitcoinCaps.net. The premium source for the best Bitcoin caps that exist. Highest quality, best embroidery, hands down.
Yeah, and it was so great to have Serge come because he's been, part of my Miami experiences and stuff, being just the best guide. He's taken me to some of the most exclusive areas in these areas. El Salvador. He's from El Salvador, but he also lives in Miami, so he's just plugged in. So appreciate you, Serge. We owe you one.
It was a great experience. We got to hang out a lot with Sergio, and it was my first time meeting him here in Bitcoin country, and finally, It
was the first time meeting Max here, right? And we got an interview with JV and Max there with the watches and stuff from Coin Vigilante. So I'll have to catch up with you later, Carlos, because I'd like to talk to you more.
Those are some nice watches, man. Those are nice.
And let's not forget about the orange jackets made by 21 Million. Those were just
epic.
A hot item and stuff. And
I particularly like the logo on everything.
Oh, yeah, I'm in a...
I wonder who created that one.
Max reached out to me, and I got this kicked off and stuff, and it is on everything. And I am so proud to see some of the most elite Bitcoiners just rocking a design that I made, and I just feel overly honored. And thanks a lot to Max Kaiser for not only orange pilling me and bringing me into the space, but thanks a lot to Stacy Herbert too, just making it just that much more of an enjoyable experience. She's just an amazing person. She's so insightful, and she's so nice, and she just is just amazing. And I appreciate everything they've done for us. They're the reason we're here hanging out. The most beautiful area in the world, Bitcoin country, is absolutely superb. So thank you very much, Stacy, for allowing us to come to your Bitcoin country and hang out with all of you guys.
Amen. Shout out to the fairy godmother of Bitcoin. There's only one Stacy Herbert.
There'll only ever blonde, the one
be.
And only.
Amen.
Well, we're going to wrap this up, you guys, and I got to get out of here. I don't want to miss my ride and my flight and stuff, and but I will probably be putting out all this content over the next week or two. It might take a month, might take a year. I don't know. I got a low time preference about it. I still got 4 years of content building up to El Salvador that I'll release at some point, make a really cool documentary.
Epic.
And I'm going to start working with JV more. We have been invited to help run and a podcast from the Huddle House studio, which isn't all the way finished yet, unfortunately, but it's I think behind the 5th or 6th hole at the Encanto.
Yeah.
So you'll see more of us reporting from out of there, and in Bitcoin country. This is where it's all going to start, and this is where it's all going to be. So I have an opportunity to come live down here for 6 months thanks to Roman Martinez from Good Life, and he offered to hook me up and help me try to find a place to stay. And not only that, the Sovereignty Studio guys were so cool that they even offered me a job if I come down here. So that'll be a really cool opportunity to create more and more content. So when are you moving down here?
That's a fantastical question. I think I'm going to have multiple locations around the world due to my situation, but definitely look at this as a home as well, for sure.
Studio opportunities. That's why it's cool that we can travel and do things. Report. I was just watching you report out of your hotel room. So.
Internet here is fantastic, by the way.
Totally.
There you have it, fam. Let me know your thoughts on the event recap I did with L. Brandon Martin, and make sure you guys are following him. He's amazing. I recommend each and every one of you go follow him on X right now. You'll find him on my profile because I repost all his stuff as he reposts all my stuff. The Bitty Broskies. And we already have over 1,400 people on the live stream. I told you we're going to blow up today's stream, so you already know. But let's continue with the news because I do actually have a lot to share, with you guys today. So let's continue, and I'll read comments. I see some cool comments in there. Maybe I'll read a couple out loud here. Greg says, no one knows what Trump will do, but know that the BRICS and other countries are adopting the BIDI, cranking up the miners. So there will be some adoption at the Fed level. Now, how that happens, not sure. Chandy admits she developed a she crush on Stacey Herbert, not in the weird way, just the way she finds her to be. I love her. She's an angel in the orange. Great way to put it. She truly is an angel. She is the fairy godmother of Bitcoin, the one and only. Rock Mama, tickets to the 100K Bitcoin Fair almost sold out. That's right. I pinned the link in there. Tickets are going to be sold out soon. Every day we're selling more tickets. We'll talk about it later. So if you guys are interested in securing your ticket to the Bitcoin 100K Fiesta in Puerto Rico, February 8th and 9th, cop tickets, though, will be sold out very soon. Chandy says, I never met her, obviously. I am just watched her. Yeah, way more in the interviews talk lately for the song research and fell a little bit in love. I hope quantum computing mines the last Bitcoin by 2040 instead of 2140. Great video. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, peacocks are noisy. There must be like 30 of them on the property, but they're so majestic and beautiful. I got a lot of footage of the peacocks as well. But anyways, let's continue, shall we? Next story of the day. Let's discuss Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy, stacking the Bitty, which we already know they stack the Bitty all the time. He says he's buying the top forever. It's going up forever, Laura. As you can see, MicroStrategy now holds 450,000 Bitcoin after acquiring 243 million with their latest acquisition, which they did announce yesterday, Monday. And what's crazy, you want your mind really blown? MicroStrategy was the first publicly traded company to put the Bitcoin on the balance sheet, as all of you know. And they did that in 2020. Now, 5 years later, BlackRock joined the game, really 4 years later, in January of 2024. And in 1 year, BlackRock surpassed MicroStrategy and holdings. They have over 500,000 Bitcoin. So just between Michael Saylor's company and BlackRock, that's collectively over 1 million of the Bitty. And I believe they're custodied, at least BlackRock I know is custodied by Coinbase, just FYI. I find that interesting. But anyways, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy has added another 2,530 Bitcoin to his digital treasure trove. According to the Post, Saylor himself said the software development firm holds 450,000 BTC, valued at $28 billion, quoting him here. MicroStrategy has acquired 2,530 of the Bitty for 243 milli at 95,000 per Bitty, and has achieved a Bitcoin yield of 0.32% year to date this year. And as of January 12th, we hodl 450,000 Bitcoin acquired for 28 billion at roughly 62,000 per coin. Can you say winning? Last week, MicroStrategy announced a $2 billion fundraising plan to purchase more of the Bitty. The firm says it planned capital raise slated for the first 3 months of the year and may or may not go ahead depending upon the market conditions. Quoting them here, the purpose of the offering is to allow MicroStrategy to continue to strengthen its balance sheet and acquire more Bitcoin. The offering is expected to occur, if at all, in the first quarter of the year. However, the decision whether to proceed with and consummate the offering in the MicroStrategy sole discretion and is the subject to market and other conditions, as we all know. And last month, MicroStrategy increased its board members to 9. Quoting them here, December 20th, 2024, the board of directors of MicroStrategy incorporated upon recommendation from the nominating committee of the board. But more importantly, Michael Saylor also recently announced, maybe a few weeks back, that their plan is to acquire Let me get the numbers right. $42 billion worth of Bitcoin over the course of the next few years. So they're going to be buying. And here's why.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
But anyways, next story of the day. This is actually pretty awesome for me to hear. As you know, I am Italian. If you didn't know that, I'm Italiano. And now Italy is adopting the BTC. What? Italy's largest bank enters the crypto market with a 1 million Bitcoin investment. Please stand up. Let's go, Italy. Their largest bank, Intesa Sanpaolo, if I'm pronouncing that right, became the first Italian bank to make the Bitcoin investment, purchasing 11, a divine omen, my favorite of favorite numbers. Last night in blackjack, every 11, I doubled up, baby. That's how we do. For about 1 million euros on January 13th, so that was just yesterday. The investment comes just over a month after Bitcoin surpassed the 100,000 milestone back in December. The news emerged from a leaked internal email by Niccolo Bardassia, head of the digital asset trading Intesa. In the email, he wrote, as of today, the 13th, Intesa owns 11 of the BTC. Thanks to everyone for the teamwork. This result would not have been possible without each and every one of you. And while it has not the Italian bank investments come during a period of increasing institutional interest in the BTC. We saw Bitcoin exchange reserves sink to near 7-year lows. Can you say supply shock? 13 as crypto hedge funds bought the dip, reinforcing those expectations of a supply shock, as I just pointed out, which occurs when the strong buyer demand meets a decreasing amount. Ultimately, there's a very finite, limited supply of the BTC, and with high demand, that just means the numbers are going up forever, Laura. Institutions are buying. I call it institutional FOMO, like a mofo. And as we said, Michael Saylor's company is buying. You got the Japanese version doing the Saylor put, Metaplanet, and many other companies putting the BTC on the balance sheet. Quoting them here, Bitcoin and crypto have reverted to being reactive to macroeconomic news at the end of 2024, beginning of 2025, particularly the slower pace of the rate cuts anticipated by the Fed. And despite macroeconomic concerns, analysts are projecting Bitcoin soaring past 150 Gs. I'd say that's very modest. You already know my personal base case is 420,000 this year for a cycle peak. That's if Trump doesn't follow through with all his promises. If he does adopt a strategic reserve for the United States, different story. We can go to 1.1 million. Max Kaiser, the high priest, is calling for 2.2 million, and Max channels Satoshi. So we'll leave it at that. All right, let's now discuss Thailand and what they're doing. Then we'll get into the $1 million prediction with the latest with Trump. You know, again, he takes office in a few days. We have over 1,700 people already on the live, and we will flip it into a pump watch when we get done with the content segment of the stream. We're going to have the stream running all day. We're going to have 10, 20,000 people live watching this. Repost the stream, let people know. Greatly appreciate it. But let's dive into our next story of the day, shall we, broskies? Here we go. Thailand's former prime minister bullish on legalizing crypto and online gambling. Remember the iconic tweet from Saylor, December of 2013. I don't believe in I'm paraphrasing. I don't believe in Bitcoin because I think it's going to suffer the same fate as online gambling. Now, online gambling has never been thriving so much ever. And of course, Bitcoin and crypto is doing its damn thing, to say the least. But anyways, the former prime minister of Thailand said there is no risk in allowing the trade of stable coins and other tokens backed by tangible assets. He also urged regulators to legalize online gambling for the added revenue stream. And according to the Thai government, they're missing out on, or this guy talking about the Thai government, they're missing out on $4 billion of tax revenue from online gambling. Speaking at the event January 13th, he urged the Thai authorities to legalize the online gambling ecosystem. That's according to Reuters. The recommendation came hours after Thailand's cabinet approved a draft law, the Entertainment Complex Business Act, to legalize casinos and gambling. And FYI, there are casinos in El Salvador. People were asking me, I'm like, yeah, there's actually a few. I looked it up. There were 3 just in this area. We went to one last night to experience it. Had a fantastic time. Free food, free drinks, free snacks, extremely kind people. That's a win-win. That's a blackjack, baby. But anyways, the law aims to allow the establishment of entertainment complexes and casinos and tax Thailand's underground gambling industry. Yeah, they're not receiving any money from the underground, so why not just make it legal and tax it like they do in everywhere else in the world? You know what I mean? Not bad idea in my opinion, but anyways, although it's not part of the current administration, this guy retains significant influence. Again, this is the former prime minister, which is ultimately the former president of, Thailand. So his daughter serves as the country's prime. Oh my God! So right now, his daughter is the prime minister. So you already know. And when announcing the approval of the draft law, the current prime minister highlighted a similar implementation by Singapore, which had a drastic positive impact on the island nation's tourism and gross domestic product. The House of Representatives of Thailand will need to sign the bill into law, but no deadline has yet been announced. According to the former prime minister, the Thai government is working on a plan to regulate and tax online gambling. Quoting him here, the online gambling has 2 to 4 million Thai users, with savings of 300 billion baht and gains and losses of about 500 billion per year. If we can tax 20%, we would get more than 100 billion per year. Good Lord. He also explained that the online gambling would involve a passive type access system for monitoring purposes. Quoting him here, we would have to have a passport to control who can play. You'd have to, I guess, show for identification, which makes sense. Building on his previous recommendation to study cryptos and continue related sandbox experimentation, they also advocated adopting stable coins and other non-volatile cryptocurrencies. Also, there's rising interest in the digital bot payments. I mean, all fiat is kind of doomed, so they need to do something already. I think everywhere should make a stable coin a legal tender like they do here in El Salvador. So you have something stable for those who want that, stability. And then you have Bitcoin as legal tender. The rest, who cares? That's the core there. And if you have those two things, I think any country can thrive. And El Salvador Bitcoin country is a shining example of just that. It's a win-win. Here we go. Now for our featured story of the day. Donald Trump could issue an executive order for Bitcoin and crypto on his very first day, which is only 6 days out, according to this latest report. So I want to break this down. But first, I want to share something very powerful that Adam Back, the Bitcoin OG himself, shared, quoting David Bailey from an interview with at the 100K New York party with Michael Saylor. And here's what he says in this podcast, quoting him verbatim. Trump told me he owns a significant amount of Bitcoin, not going to disclose the number. So a lot of you guys were always speculating Trump must own a lot of Bitcoin. Well, apparently he does, according to David Bailey. I'll continue. He had a significant position even at that time, and prices have gone up a lot since. So it is about alignment. It's about what's good for Bitcoin is good for all of us. Very powerful quote. And shout out Adam Back. I also recently discovered right here at this resort in El Salvador, again, Sheraton El Presidente, the Lugano event is being held. They're doing their first event here in Bitcoin country at the same resort I'm at right now. And I just learned about this through a fellow friend I just ran into. I didn't know that. For those that don't know, Lugano, Switzerland, they're at the forefront of adoption as well. And they have this big event where Samson Mao, Adam Back, and all the OGs attend every year. And they're having an El Salvador event in a couple of weeks towards the end of this month. And then later on in the year is the big one over there. So I just wanted to point that out as well. But you should be able to see here on your screen. Let me read this for you. U.S. President Trump. I don't want to say a president-elect because he's virtually our president in 6 days. His first day back at the White House, Jan 20th, 6 days out, he can sign a flurry of executive orders, some of which could impact the industry. The Washington Post reported yesterday that Trump is expected to sign the executive orders after taking office next week. Now, Gary Gensler, if you're watching, go home and get your shine box, Gary. You're not welcome here no more. Covering the crypto to banking and the repealing of the banking accounting policy that requires the banks holding crypto to listed digital assets as a liability. Quoting the Post here, the Trump team has made it very clear that this is for a priority. A person involved with the conversation shared, crypto executives have long accused President Biden's administration of using financial regulators to pressure the banks to cut off the industry from financial services under Operation Choke Point 2.0. And what did Trump tell us? He's going to end Biden's war on crypto. 100. Meanwhile, the industry has been pushing back against the policy to report crypto as a liability, which came about through a March 2022 Securities and Exchange Commission staff accounting bulletin called SAB 121. Reuters also reported December 23rd, the crypto industry officials were pushing Trump to issue crypto-related executive orders within the first 100 days in office, and some expected at least one would come by day one. Let me know if you agree. The Post also also reported that Trump's crypto and artificial intelligence czar, David Sack, hosted a luncheon for tech execs and government officials December 20th, where he said Trump would revoke Biden's sweeping 2023 AI executive order, which was decried amongst conservatives for language saying AI must operate in a manner that advances equity. Now, Anderson is working behind the scenes. We're talking Mark Anderson, known for backing tech and crypto companies, has also reportedly been helping build Trump's incoming administration behind the scenes. In 1 second, it's a chocolate delivery. I love these. Hold on. One moment.
A date, crypto keys dictate. Cold is the new hot. Cold storage, sexy, and banker control is not. Bitcoin is my map, my sea, full moon, my star. Guiding me, Bitcoin is number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come on, guys. Do you wanna be prey or do you wanna be a hunter and thrive? You know you wanna do more than just stay.
I love my daily chocolate deliveries to the door. I'm going to miss these. I'll eat those later. Sorry for the interruption, but chocolate was calling. But anyways, where'd I leave off? The Post reported Trump's election frequently visited the president-elect's base of operations at his Florida Mar-a-Lago club and has been recruiting and screening candidates for spots in the administration. Anderson's sway isn't just over picks for government tech leaders, but also for defense and intelligence roles. During the campaign, Trump courted the crypto industry with promises of making the country a crypto capital. In fact, I'm going to just play it so you can hear it directly from the horse's mouth. Enjoy.
This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world.
The Bitcoin superpower of the world. Very bold promises. Let's go, Trumpster.
We'll get it done. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin...
I don't know how he'll pull that one off. Bitcoin is not going to be made anywhere else. But he's hopeful.
...is going to the moon, as we say. It's going to the moon.
It's going to the moon. I love the cadence in his voice when he says it.
I want America to be the nation that leads the way. And that's what's going to happen.
Damn straight. Let's go. But you got to give El Salvador the first mover's advantage and all the respect because Bukele foreseen this years ago. You know what I mean? So El Salvador got to front run the United States of America. So kudos to Bukele, the philosopher king, the one and only.
I pledge to the Bitcoin community that the day I take the oath of office, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's anti-crypto crusade will be over.
You hear that? Over. No more war on crypto, broskies.
Will end. It'll be done. It'll be done.
And now for the best part.
On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman.
Hey now. So for those that don't know, yours truly, me, I'm hosting a 100K Bitcoin fiesta in Puerto Rico on February 8th and 9th. Tickets are almost sold out. There's only a few left. So if you're planning on attending, I would strongly encourage you to cop your tickets sooner than later. And I also pin the direct link to the Eventbrite where you can purchase the tickets and get more information on the event in the live stream in the comments section. Shout out Chris. I appreciate you subbing on One Day the Bitcoin Pod. But let me just give you some of the highlights of what you can expect there. And shout out to Chandy for creating these epic pictures to represent, you know, the vibes of the party we're going to experience, especially with that sexy moon and the water. And yes, the party is on the water. It's at an epic venue, and it's going to be a blast. And here's just some beautiful artwork that she created with the AI to represent it. And then I'll just read some of the details. This is an actual photo of the venue. So this is a real photo there. So this is what the beach club looks like, which is in Condado, Puerto Rico. We'll be celebrating there in the evening. We'll have a DJ. It's going to be off the chain. Mark my words. So here's the highlights, the location, and you should be able to see this all on your screen, but I'm going to read it. The Sandbox at the Condado Ocean Club. It's already a lock. The contract's signed. The venue's already paid for and ready to rock. So all you got to do is show up and cop some tickets. Here's what it says. It's about a 4-hour party. The doors, it starts at 8 p.m. and it's over around midnight, just FYI. And it says, come join us at the Sandbox at the Condado Ocean Club in Puerto Rico for an unforgettable party filled with all things Bitcoin. Whether you're a seasoned crypto pro or just getting started, this event is perfect for anyone looking to celebrate and connect with fellow Bitcoiners. 100. Get ready to meet JV, Chandy 10 Music, and network with fellow Bitcoin enthusiasts, and maybe even walk away with some sweet prizes. Don't miss out on this exciting opportunity to celebrate everything Bitcoin at the 100K Fiesta. Now, here are the tickets. My goal was to make it as affordable as possible so that everyone can attend that truly wanted to be there. But it is very limited. We can only have like 28 tickets sold, and most of the tickets are already sold, FYI. But anyways, general admission is only $197. I'll read what it includes. General admission ticket includes entry into the Fiesta, for networking, and also it's going to include drinks and food. And it looks like we have 5 tickets remaining. General admission couple ticket, you can save a significant amount of money if you're coming with a couple, save $100. How many of those? I think we got 1 left right now, so if you're interested. And VIP tickets, let me read what that includes. The VIP ticket includes entry into the 100K Bitcoin Fiesta on Saturday, February 8th, and includes the networking and food and drinks, as well as the general admission ticket. Everything general admission includes, but also a VIP bonus day on Sunday, February 9th, for an all-inclusive island snorkel and boat tour with JV Chandy and the CNA family. So this is going to be like a 4 or 5 hour excursion. I'll show you some pictures of what to expect from that, because it's going to be totally next level. So if you can stay the following day and be VIP, I strongly encourage that. A lot of people buying VIP tickets. Looks like we got 6 left to go, and I think we have 1 left for a VIP couple. Save a couple $100 if you're traveling with a couple. And I hope to see you there. I'll show you some pictures here. This is actual real photos of the island we're going to and the boat, and it's going to be surreal. And my thinking with this is for us to really network. A small group of people going out for 4 or 5 hours on a life, breathtaking experience that we can capture that'll be unforgettable and really make your Puerto Rico trip memorable. You know what I mean? And it'll be a great opportunity to take photos. I mean, look at the background there. Take videos, all that stuff. So if you're a marketer or a content creator or just looking for some unforgettable memories, I can't recommend attending VIP Day enough, especially how affordable I made it for you guys to attend. And I mean, look at these pictures, yo. These are actual real pictures. That's how it looks. Boom, shakalaka. And it's ironic, the boat is called Kraken. Kraken, like the crypto exchange. I mean, that's destiny, baby. So, and you don't have to go snorkeling or go swimming. You can just stay in the boat or go to the island or whatever you want to do. It's all optional, but I think you should, if you could do it, I highly recommend just being there with us. I think it'll be a good time, good vibes. So here's frequently asked questions. I do have recommended hotels. There's 5 recommended ones to choose from. There's hundreds of other options. There's Airbnb options. You can get a roommate if you want to make it more affordable. The Coral Princess is the cheapest option in that area right near the event. It's only roughly $200 a night, and it's a 3-star, so it's still a very nice hotel. Then you got the Condado Plaza Hotel. Another option, I believe, is a 3-star. Then you got the Condado Ocean Club, which is where the event is being held. That's a 4-star. And if you want to actually sleep there at the hotel, at that 4-star, spot where we're having the party, it's $571 a night, but it's extremely nice, like next level nice. So if you can swing it, I recommend it. And then you have some 5-star options for those of you bougie and want to live that 5-star lifestyle. We have the La Concha Renaissance Resort. It's probably like $800 a night. I've stayed there a few times. It's extremely nice. And they also have the Condado Vanderbilt, very high end, 5-star service, and I include all the links, and you could check out the properties and choose what's best for you. And if whatever you decide to do is cool, obviously you got to book your own hotel and stay. What airport do you fly into? There's only one international airport in Puerto Rico, and it's the San Juan Airport. Simple. How far is the event venue from the airport? It's only a 15-minute Uber drive, so it's super convenient. You don't have to travel across the country. Literally a 15-minute drive from the airport to the event venue. What does the VIP ticket include? I already covered that. It's ultimately the main event party day, and then also the VIP day for the excursion with the broskies and the siskies. What does the general? Yep, we covered that one. Is Condado, Puerto Rico safe? That's a big question. Yes, in fact, it's one of the safest and nicest upscale neighborhoods in all of San Juan, and that's why it's like a Puerto Rico tourist, destination. Everyone goes to Condado. My daughter goes to school there. It's very safe and it's very high end and very nice. And I love that area of Puerto Rico. Can I bring my kids to the party? Unfortunately not, because there's going to be alcohol and it's for adults only. However, you can still bring your kids, get a babysitter, or bring a significant other, because there's lots to do for kids in Puerto Rico. There's beaches, there's parks, and all that kind of stuff. And we're right there on that area. There's beautiful beaches. Can I bring my spouse to the party? Absolutely. In fact, I encourage you to, so you can get the couple VIP ticket and save. Is the passport required to fly into Puerto Rico from inside the U.S.? No. That's the loophole. It doesn't require. You just show an ID, pop on the plane. You don't need a passport to get to Puerto Rico from the United States. How many days should I stay in Puerto Rico? As many as you desire. I encourage you to explore it. Like the event I just attended with Max and Stacy was only a 2-day event, but I stayed 6 days because I want to explore Bitcoin country because I'm here. You know what I mean? So I encourage you to explore if you have the opportunity. Will the event be streamed? No, it's going to be loud music. It wouldn't really make any sense to. It's not like a conference where we're educating people on Bitcoin. Everyone here is already Bitcoiners. So we're here to just celebrate and network. So it's a celebratory networking event. Look at it that way. What's the weather like in Puerto Rico in February? It's the greatest weather time of the year, 84 degrees, and it's the least rainy month of the year. Can I pay with Bitcoin? Absolutely. You can pay with any option. Eventbrite has it all, and I also included Bitcoin options, and some of you already paid in Bitcoin, and of course I accept Bitcoin, and you can circumvent all the service fees from the merchants and all that, save some money. You can pay with Bitcoin. All you would have to do is send the ticket price amount here and then send me a screenshot to my email as proof, and then I'll manually process your event ticket like I did for some of them already. And can you pay with the Bitcoin Lightning Network? Yeah, I accept all types of Bitcoin. All you have to do is let me know by emailing me, and I'll send you a Lightning invoice, and we'll go from there. And also, I want to shout out some people who recently bought tickets. We sold another VIP couples ticket for Jason Lanhan. Just got this here this morning, 9 hours ago. So congratulations, Jason. After you buy the ticket, you get an email from Eventbrite, because I'm hosting it on Eventbrite, so it makes it streamlined and simple. You can just click the button. It says go to my ticket. It shows you what it includes, and then it shows you your order summary. And you can see the VIP ticket with the merchant processing fees here. And then you can see the recommended hotels, and I have the direct links, trying to make it as easy and convenient as possible for you to just book your travel, knock it out. It's less than 4 weeks out, so it's going to come sooner than expected. And so, yeah, I'll shout some people out. Michael, congratulations, family. Who else we got here? Kathleen, she bought 4 tickets. So some people are buying multiple tickets and giving them away. You can do that as well. And again, lots of tickets are being sold. I don't know how much longer they will last before they're all sold out. So if you're planning on coming, the direct link is 100k.cryptonewsalerts.net, or just find the link pinned in the description. And if you don't know, now you know, Crypto Bros.